So, as you may know, there are basically two ways that you can have physical contact with someone when you are saying hello to them. There is the handshake and the small kiss that you give on the cheek, and I know that a lot of foreign people are really troubled by this kiss on the cheek and they are wondering what are the rules basically about this. This is what we are going to review, okay? So we're going to review when is it okay to do it, depending on whether you're a man or a woman, and whether you're greeting a man or a woman, obviously, and also depending on the overall context, okay? First of all, some vocabulary. What we call faire la bise in French means the small kiss on the cheek, okay? Even though it's not really a kiss, but we will talk about this. So you shouldn't try to translate this expression literally. Let's consider for now that it's the fixed expression, okay? But from now on, when I say la bise or faire la bise, I refer specifically to this.
Et alors aujourd'hui, on va s'intéresser, je me permets de lui faire la bise, on va s'intéresser justement.
So obviously it's not possible to review every possible situation and outcomes, okay, that may happen. But here I will give you general guidelines that you can follow and that will work, in my opinion, 99% of the time. And I will always go to the safest thing that you can do because my main objective is for you to avoid awkward situations, okay? Because from my experience, I think what most foreign people are afraid of is to create an awkward situation. Typically, they imagine themselves kissing on the cheek when they shouldn't do it, you know, okay? Anyway, so first of all, if you are in a formal context, like let's say an office, for example, in my opinion, you should go for handshake with everyone, whether you're a man or a woman, you're greeting a man or a woman. If you're in a formal context, you don't really know the people here, you just shake hands with everyone. Then later you will learn the specific dynamics of this place, okay? But in the beginning, you just shake hands. Sometimes in some workplaces, you can have women doing la bise, okay? Usually it's like women among themselves, you know, like two women together. But if the workplace is not too formal, they will do this right at the beginning. But I still suggest that you just go for shaking hands if you're not so sure what to do in the beginning. Now, in informal context, so they are not like your friends, but they are like people you meet for a gathering of foreign people or for some kind of event, for example, these kind of things. Now I'm talking about what people usually do, like what people go for traditionally in France. Usually, if a woman is involved, you will do la bise. So whether it's two women together or if it's a man and a woman, you will do la bise to greet each other, okay? If you're not comfortable, then you can just say like, hi, you know, like doing like this with your hands. You don't have to shake hands or anything because in my opinion, it's a bit awkward. Like for example, two women in a formal context shaking hands, it's like you can see this in France, it's very common. But in an informal context, it's a bit awkward, to be honest, okay? So usually you will go for la bise, and if for any reason you're not comfortable, don't feel bad, can happen. Or if you just don't want to do it, or if you're stressed, like I don't know, you just like wave your hand to say hi, for example, and that's it, but you don't do anything else. Now for two men in an informal context, usually they will always go for shaking hands, okay? It's possible for men to do la bise together, but usually you will do this with your friends. We're going to see this right now. Usually in informal context, when you don't know the person, two men, they don't kiss each other on the cheek, they shake hands, all right? Just like on the picture here. Now in a friendly context, just like I wrote, obviously you don't really need me to tell you what to do because, you know, if they are your friends, then you know already how to greet them. But just as an information, in France, nothing is socially forbidden, you know, like if your friends, like two men can kiss on the cheek, it's completely normal. You can hug your friends, you can do anything, like that's perfectly fine, okay? Okay guys, I hope this is clear for you. I have summarized every information about physical contact on this tab right here. So W means woman, M means man, okay? And so you can pause the video right here and you have every information I gave you so far. Finally, I want to play for you a very short video explaining in a kind of a funny way, okay, how to actually doing la bise, how to actually do it in the proper way, okay? I didn't make the video myself, so I will put the reference and the link in the description of this video right here.
So these are the rules of doing la bise. Step 1, make eye contact. Step 2, take a step forward. Not too close.
Okay.
And not too far away.
Right.
Just about this distance. Step 3, put your hand on their arm or their upper shoulder.
Okay, I'm gonna go with arm.
And then you move in, applying your cheek to their cheek and making a little kissing noise. Now, in Paris, you start on the left and then you do 2 kisses.
That's really important to know which side. Yeah.
Or else you get into one of these and you don't want to get into one of those. Very important thing, never really kiss the cheek.
Because that's awful.
It's gross. And you also have to make a kissing noise because or else it just sounds empty. So, once again. And voila.
Perfect.
And don't forget, practice makes perfect.
So obviously the video is kind of made in a funny way, okay? But still the informations that the woman gives are all relevant and accurate, okay? So just a bit of last informations to give you to avoid every awkwardness, okay? She said it in the video, but I want to insist a bit on the last information. You should never actually touch the cheek of the person with your lips, okay? Because this is really, really creepy. This is really gross. Like no one does this, okay? If you do this, it's just like super awkward. Or actually, there is, I don't know why, it's kind of fun to me when I think about it. There is like one category of people in France who can actually really touch the cheeks with their lips when they do la bise. These are grandmothers. I don't know why, but a lot of grandmothers in France, they like to do this when they greet you. They actually really give you a real kiss on the cheek. But you know, it's like, they are grandmothers, so it's kind of cute. For them, it's not creepy. It's cute and everyone knows that they do this and you know, that's it. But if you're watching this video, you may not be a grandmother. And so if you're not, I really, really advise you not to do it because it's just really, really creepy. Like no one does this. Second information, don't forget to make the small kissing noise, you know. Even if you're not really kissing and you're just like touching the cheek like this, you should still do the noise, okay? Because if you don't do this, it's just really weird and a bit awkward also. Then just consider that you have to start by going in the left direction with your head. So you will kiss the right cheek of the person and that you will do 2 kisses, okay? It's true that in some provinces of France, people do a bit differently, but it's uncommon and I don't want to trouble you with like too many information and more information than necessary, okay? Anyway, you should know that even for native French people, it happens to everyone once in a while to encounter an awkward situation. You want to go on the left and maybe the person goes on the right. Maybe for some reason today, you didn't wake up properly, you don't know what happened and you don't do the things properly when you do la bise. Like it can happen to everyone, you know. If it happens to you every day, there might be an issue specifically with you. But if it happens to you once, like an awkward situation, it's really okay. So don't overthink it, okay? And finally, I have put one last video in the description that is in French, more challenging, more complicated to understand. But you know, if you want to, after you watch this full guide, I encourage you to check it. And it's like about 2 women talking about la bise from a historical point of view and everything. You can use it as a B1, B2 listening exercise with a lot of people kissing each other on the cheek in the video, okay? If that's fine by you, let's move to the next section.